Gentlemen, here, this is a simple question. And if possible, somebody can send that question on our WhatsApp group, because I'm so sure there must be a ninja who has not yet gotten the question. There must be a ninja who has not yet gotten the question. So please be your brother's keeper. Be your brother's keeper and send the question. Somebody is telling me, Mwalimu also, sister's keeper. Sawa. Sawa. So we are told Matrix Motors Limited is a leading producer of high quality executive motor cars. The company is developing a new model branded Zillion that is expected to be very advanced. Additional information, Matrix Motors Limited expects the manufacturer of the first car to take how many hours? So that's 72 hours. What does it stand for? A, time taken to make the first unit. In this case here, time taken to make the first car. It is anticipated there will be a 90% learning curve that will continue until all the 110 cars have been produced. So no stabilization here. Here we are going to the very end. Then we are told number 3, direct labor is paid at the rate of 30,000 per watt year per hour. Note number 4, direct material costs are expected to be 3,750 thousand per day. This will apply for all 110 cars produced. There are no product specific fixed costs. There are no product specific fixed costs associated with this new car. Matrix Motors Limited is going to use a target costing approach for the new car model. Based on the market research, it has undertaken a Matrix Motors Limited plans to sell each car for 6.4 million. Matrix Motors Limited requires a target profit margin of 25% of the selling price over the life of this new car model. The learning curve index for a 90% curve is minus 0.152. So they want me to give them the value of any cost gap between the target cost of 110 cars and what here somebody expected cost. So they want us to give them the cost gap. How do we get cost gap, my students? To get cost gap, anytime they want us to give them cost gap, we normally take the target cost minus what we call expected cost. So what we intend to incur, the cost we are targeting minus what we shall actually incur. So this expected could either be what we expect or actually what we incur. So first, we give them the target cost. First, we give them the target cost. How do we get target cost? It's a very, very simple formula to get target cost. We normally take target selling price. Target selling price minus desired profit margin. Desired profit margin. So anytime they tell us, ladies and gentlemen, to give them the target cost, we shall always take the target, what year? Selling price, minus the desired, what year? Somebody? Profit margin. From their competitive analysis, have they been able to identify a targeted selling price? Do they know how much they will be selling each car for? 6.4 million, isn't it? Yes. So the targeted selling price, they have told us it will be 6.4 million. And you know a car which goes for 6.4 million, is it a very serious car? We shall overcome. Desired profit margin. Are you able to see a profit margin given there? What percentage? 25. Oh, they can't. Somebody is saying no. 25%, isn't it? 25%, note number 7. Matrix Motors Limited requires a target profit margin of 25%. And then if it is a selling price that you are not seeing, it's given note 6, using a target costing approach for the new car. Based on the market research it has undertaken, Matrix Motors Limited plans to sell each car for 6.4 million. So then, ladies and gentlemen, I know that my profit margin is 25%. So profit margin is 25% of my selling price. 25% of my selling price. So then I should be able to get the whole profit, or rather target cost. I want the whole answer. So Kibuye gives me 1.6 million. But I think that will be the profit margin, which I want to deduct from 6.4 million. So are we able to get, in this case here, 4.8 million? 4.8 million. Is that okay? Yeah, 4.8 million. But now you see this is for one car. And they want us to do this for how many cars? Yeah. So in this case here, give me, in this case here, the total target cost. Total target cost for all the cars. So it will be 4.8 million times what here, somebody? 110. 4.8 million. 5.520 million, isn't it? So I'm being told that Mwalimu, this is 528 million, like that. Up to here, are we together? Up to here, I'm being told we are together. The online guys haven't yet confirmed. Yes. But you see, the examiner who sets AMA is a serious person, is a serious examiner. He can't give you selling, or rather, he can't give you the profit margin here. You will never. Actually, this was a very, very simple question. So in short, what I'm saying is that the examiner who sets AMA is not your relative. Yeah, is not your relative. So in this case here, what they will do, instead of giving you profit margin, they will give you what we call markup. They will tell you markup is 25, for example. This is just an example. You don't have to write this. Or if you're writing, you can write this from the back of your books. So if he gave you markup, then automatically I have to change this to margin. Is there somebody who knows how to convert this to margin? Are you able to remember? I can see Linda already has gotten this. 25 over. Kumbe mnajua sana. Nyinyi mnaelewa maneno. Because what we are told in those very, very old days, ladies and gentlemen, ni kwamba, if you are given, let me just demonstrate this very well. If you are given, ladies and gentlemen, markup like this. If they give you markup is A over what here, somebody? Markup is A over B. Yeah. If markup is A over B, if markup is A over B, then margin has a bigger base. Margin has always a bigger base. So it will be A all over B plus what here, somebody? A. So that is very important for us to be able to appreciate these. So when they tell me that markup is 25 over 100, then I know. Kwa Kiswahili nasema kwamba imagine, yeah, unasema plus what here, somebody? So it will be 25 over what here, somebody? 125. 25 over 125, which will be the same as 1 over 5. So up to there, are we really together? Yeah, please never forget. Kwa Kiswahili wanasema kwamba margin iko na makalio makubwa. Margin. So hapana sahau. Sawa. Right. So can I rub this? Great. Hapana sahau hiyo kitu ya markup to margin. Because your examiner, if you look at other questions, instead of your examiner giving you margin, he always gives you what here, somebody? Sasa ukitaka kujua wanafunzi ni hatari, wanafunzi wanajua kukamata kitu kabisa. Let me see. If, for example, you are given margin of 3 over 10, what will be markup value? If, for example, you are given margin as 3 over 10, somebody don't write this, but just try. Kwa nimenyamaza tena. Sasa tukienda kwa markup, sisa markup ni ndogo. Markup tuna subtract we neke. Inakuwa 3 over 10 minus what here, somebody? Which will be 3 over what here, somebody? 7. So huwezi ukasahau tena, isn't it? But in most cases, ladies and gentlemen, your examiner will always give you markup and then it'll require you to change it to what here? To margin. Thank you so much for understanding this pretty well. So we have been able to take care of the targeted cost. Now, from there, we start our production process. So we shall be able to get what we call expected what year cost. How much do we expect this particular car to cost us? Yeah, when producing it. So go ahead and give us expected cost. So there are two expected costs there. We don't have any fixed cost. Expected cost, they have told us, ladies and gentlemen, it is in this case here labor cost, and what here somebody? Uongo. Material cost. Ama wajasema hivyo. Tusome tuone what are we expecting in terms of our cost to be incurred. Let's read this. So they're telling us here, you can see under additional information, right? Look at note number 3. We have direct labor that we need. And these guys are being paid how much per hour? So I know there is that cost called labor cost. And also look at note 4. We have direct materials, which are expected to cost us how much? 3.75, isn't it? Yeah, per car. And then, of course, we don't have any fixed cost. So in terms of producing these cars, ladies and gentlemen, we are expected to calculate two costs. So we have in this particular case, number 1, the labor cost, and then number 2, what here? Material cost. So then what are we going to do to be able to get labor cost? We multiply, isn't it? So you multiply what and what? And you should be able to get my present, isn't it? Yeah, so we take what times what here. So for labor cost, I'm being told to multiply. So labor cost, I'm being told to multiply. So I should take what times what? 30,000. This is per hour, isn't it? Times how many hours? 72. And then we have in this case here 110 cars, isn't it? So this will be cost per car, isn't it? Times what here, somebody? Please mention an answer there and put a big row. So there is no. Yeah. We are. Okay. Oh, we just leave this 110 out. 30,000 times 72,000. Oh, 30,000 times 72 hours. You see, but that will be cost for the first car. And I want cost for all the cars. But again, remember labor. Why have we been doing learning curves? It is only labor cost that is affected by learning curve. So I expected you grade students to tell me that Mwalimu, for these 110 cars, use the learning curve equation to estimate labor cost. Because you see, if you are a worker, the very first chair that you produce if you're a carpenter will take you relatively a longer time. When you go to chair number 2, you reduce. So for labor cost, we shall always use what here, somebody? Learning curve equation. So can I give you 5 minutes to try to use the learning curve to estimate that labor cost? Yeah, let me see what the online students are saying. Were they as wrong as my physical students today? These are like Arsenal's goalkeeper. Mmeshika vizuri eh? No, ama ni goalkeeper Man U. Mpira inapigwa pande hii, lakini anaruka pande ile nyingine. Hii wamemwagwa. Physical wamemwaga. How about in this case here online? Let's see. Labor cost, we shall always, whenever you see a question of learning curves, labor cost, you use the learning curve equation. So let me give you exactly 5 minutes. If you get, if you get it correctly, then I'm not going to hesitate giving you 1,000 shillings. Not forgetting that Saturday at exactly 12, we have a date. Saturday at 12 exactly, without missing and without coming late, isn't it? Should only give you an allowance, because an African must be given an allowance, 15 minutes. And then that offer is not applicable for the online students. Please don't get crushed, because we'll be too many. Yours we shall organize, right? Yours we shall be organizing great lunch for you later. We shall say where. So now what are we doing? We're using learning curves to estimate labor cost. I repeat, labor cost, ladies and gentlemen, is the only cost component that uses learning curves, which uses learning curves. How I wish I had a neighbor who talks to me. Linda Obura, labor cost is 3876.44. Or labor hours, And then labor cost, according to Linda Obura, which is correct. This lady is tough. This lady have been able to spot talent. And because all our teachers at RCM have been our students here at RCM, this Linda lady, I should be able to tap onto talent, especially now that we also want to engage ladies to teach for us. You know, like CPA. It's like 100% is being taught by men. And whatever a man can do, better, isn't it? We need, yes. So I'm giving you exactly 5 minutes. I can see Linda has gotten it. So please try it yourself. And then we get to see. So I don't want to waste time. So have we finished, ladies and gentlemen? Have you finished, ladies and gentlemen? Very good. So like B. Lillian is making a very, very good request there to Sister Linda Obura, that Sister Linda Obura, hii maneno nashika haraka sana, atoe form ya group discussion sasa, which is really, really good. Na siyo peke yake, kuna wengi pia nimesha observe already, wanakamata hii maneno sana. Group discussion is the best thing ever. Thank you so much. I can see so many guys who are getting correct answers. So is there somebody who is getting here 116? You've not gotten it yet. Which, what a different, but at least you've done something, right? 116. At the very corner there. Gotire. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. So then everybody will be able to understand as I do it. So please look at how I do it like a CPA chief ninja. You know me, I'm a chief ninja. Chief ninja. Nyi mmefanya tu namna hii, lakini yangu ni ninja. Ninja. Check what I'm doing. So first of all, you'll be able to get 1 mark. So I hope you've written that labor cost you are estimating, eh? You know, there are students who will write like material cost, and then you get them using learning curve equation. Learning curve equation is also is only applicable in what? Labor costing here, nowhere else. So we have here our y equals ax raised to power b plus what? 1. So a, they've given us a as what? 72 hours, isn't it? So this is the time taken to make the first car. Anytime you are able to see the labor cost per hour, you are always better off representing A as a labor cost. Always. As a ninja now, as a ninja. So come and convert this A to labor cost. So it will be 72 hours times what here, somebody? No. Each hour costs how much? Each hour costs 30,000. So remember what we said, that A can be in terms of labor hours, and as well, it can be in terms of what your labor cost, the cost incurred to produce the first car. And you're the ones who have told me that, Mwalimu, if this is going to take 72 hours, each hour costs how much? So what is 72 times 30,000? Somebody give me an answer. 21? 60,000. So this is your A in terms of what, she? shillings, not in terms of hours. And then this examiner was not good. This examiner knew pretty well that AMA students, in terms of learning curves, the only thing they're able to get right is B. Most of you, that is the only thing you know how to get right, right? Yeah. And then I decided to give you the answer. That's insulting you, eh? We shall overcome, I shall make good. But a good examiner shall want you guys to even, do this thing of B, isn't it? And if they wanted us to do in this case here, this B, I would have taken log R over log what here? Log 2. This is very good to do it. If I'm an examiner, I would give students this chance to get this right. Right. I will not give them the value of B. Yeah. So this will be log of 0. What here somebody over log of what here somebody, which gave you the same figure given there. But now again, I want to caution you. Suppose you take this approach of mine of computing it. You start computing it, but you get a different figure from the one the examiner has provided. You use the examiner's figure. Usiweze kusema tu ni kama mwenye mjuaji, you know nothing. We understand nini solve pia. We shall overcome. Okay, those results are becoming true. So if the examiner gives you a figure and you're getting a different one, always use the examiner's figure. So now I've been able to get the value of B. Having gotten the value of B, I want the exponent B plus 1. So you come and give us B plus 1, which in this case here will be minus 0.152 plus 1, which will end up giving me what figure? According to Rina Mwanyika, and I haven't given today's presents, I should start giving today's presents, 0.8480, isn't it? Yeah. So then after this, I should be able to write the equation. I should be able to write the equation. My y will be equal to A that you guys have given me as 21 what here? 60,000, x raised to my B plus 1, which is 8480, or just 848, isn't it? That's my y equation. So now this y will not be giving me labor hours. This y will be labor cost. So how about then the labor cost for 110? So the y here will be 2160,000 times, remember there are 110 cars, raised to 8.48 like that, which then will end up giving us what figure? 2160,000, 116, eh? So I'm being given a figure of 116. 299, 314.4. So now with my method, I've been able to get the labor cost directly like that. So do we go by your method or my method? The ninja's method is the best. Is it the one you used? Oh, great. Then it's Dombi, I can see you. Great. Great. So then all of us, are we comfortable as regards to how we have gotten this labor cost? The online guys talk to me, because if you don't talk to me, I'm so sure you'll start accusing me that I'm so fast, eh? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah. If 30,000, good question. If 30,000 has not been provided, you shall be able to go and estimate in this case here what labor hours. Because you see there is a labor hours. There is a question where you get an examiner telling you, give us labor hours for producing this number of. So in that case, you can't start looking for labor cost. Yeah. But in most cases, they will give you the hours and they'll give you the rate per hour. It is easier. It is easier for you to do it this way. Nevertheless, I appreciate there are students who are able to get like Linda. First of all, they estimated the labor hours and then multiplied with what here, somebody? 30,000. And they got the same answer. They got the same answer. Is it correct to get Y? And yes, Lazarus. Yes, that's okay. So have we finished this question really? With these labor hours, labor cost, have we produced a car? No. To produce a car, we need a labor cost and materials. So give me the total cost of producing a car. Total cost of producing a car. Give me the total cost of producing a car. So total production cost is material cost plus what here, somebody? Plus labor cost, isn't it? So in this case here, material cost, are you able to see how much each car is costing us in form of materials? These online guys today, they are talking to me, and today they have hit 160, which is really good for advanced MA. That is really, really good. Really good. You can see direct materials are costing us how much here? 37,50,000, isn't it? 37,50,000 per car. And then the labor cost, so this 37,50,000 is per car. So I have to multiply it with what here, somebody? With 110. Plus now our labor cost here, which is 116, 299, 314.4. You see this 116, 299, 314.4, you know it's for 110 cars. It is for 110 cars. Don't confuse that. And this 3.75 million is per car. So for compatibility, and I want total cost, then I will take this times 110 plus that figure. And I can see two comments here. So according to Dennis Ndombi, he's getting 412, 500,000. Hmm? No, I want total cost. You simply take your calculator, take this times 110. 528, 799, 314, 314.4. So this is the total cost for how many? 110 cars. If they had given us fixed cost, we would have added here. But you see, don't have any other cost. It's only labor and what here? Materials, yes. But have we finished the question? No. Now we have got two sides of the coin. We have our target cost on this side, and then now we have our production cost on this side. So to get the gap in between, you subtract. And I've given you the formula for getting this cost gap. And I'm happy because I can see you are making reference, which is part of learning, right? It's part of learning, yes. It's part of learning, yes. So we are saying here that cost gap equals what here, somebody? Target cost. Target cost minus what here, somebody? Expected cost. Or actual cost, actual production cost, one and the same. So unfortunately, I robbed my target cost. Target cost supposed to be 528 million, 528 million minus our expected what here? Expected cost. Expected cost, which is what here, somebody? 528, 799, 314. Point what here, somebody? 0.4. Which gives us, I can see there is a cost overrun. There is a cost overrun. We were targeting to incur only 528 million, but we have ended up spending more. And then remember that this cost gap must always be a positive. So in this case here, the cost gap is what figure, somebody here? 799, what here, somebody? 314 point what here, somebody? 0.4. So this is the cost gap, which we need to close. So this is an overshoot in our budget. Remember, the target cost is what we are budgeting to incur maximum. So the maximum ought to have been 528 million, but we have gone over and above the target cost by how much here, somebody? 799, 300 what here? 14.4. Is that good or bad? Is it good or bad? It's bad, yes. When in this case here, you exceed your budget cost-wise, that is a negative variance. That's a bad variance. So that automatically is what is adverse? Is adverse. So this is adverse. It's not favorable. This is adverse. This is adverse or unfavorable. Unfavorable. So when it is unfavorable like that, ladies and gentlemen, expected cost, Rahab is telling me is 528, 793, 314.4, Yeah, that's what I wrote. I don't know whether mine is wrong. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. So this is an adverse variance because we have an overshoot. If it was below the target cost, that would have been very good for us. But now here, this is over and above. So we're not doing very well. And according to the Toyota Japan At Toyota Japan, we cannot continue with production until we get ways of closing this cost. So in this case here, they'll always keep on asking themselves, what has made this vehicle become this expensive? That is why for those of you who are quite old as myself, anybody in this case who has ever tried a Peugeot 504, the very old ones, these vehicles used to be strong metallic. Hata sasa hivi uipate ikulime gari yako hata kama yako ni Prado saizi, I'm so sure utashangaa ni gari gani, utashangaa kama umepigwa na tractor. All right. Because nowadays, because of this closing of the cost gap, these guys have made, I mean, they're even, are they using plastics for these vehicles? It's fiber, right? Na unapata mama akienda amegongwa gari kidogo tu bonnet imefunguka yote, anasema my husband. Nasema makosa si yake, ni gari iko bure bure kabisa, bure kabisa ya, bure kabisa. So, ladies and gentlemen, I believe with this kind of exposure now, you guys are good to go. You guys are good to go. You guys are good to go. You are good to go. So to close this cost gap, you will reconsider the materials. What type of materials are you using? When they are very expensive, always consider alternative. To cut this cost gap, you'll also be able to reconsider the kind of labor you're using. Don't use very expensive labor. Even these KYMs, these guys who are training vizuri, they do a very good job. You cut down on cost, fit within your budget, to fit within your budget. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, mentioned there, doubling path principle. Doubling path principle. Still under learning curves. Still under learning curves, doubling path, doubling path principle. Have you been able to write down that title, still on a learning curve? So when anybody mentions the word doubling path or double means what? Two. Double means two. Tell us there that the doubling path principle. Oh, they haven't finished writing the title. They haven't finished writing the title. The doubling path principle states that each time cumulative output doubles, each time cumulative output doubles, each time cumulative output doubles, into bracket here, from X to 2X. Each time cumulative output doubles from X to what here? To 2X, comma. The average required time per unit. The average required time. The average required time per unit reduces from T to RT, like that. So I repeat, the doubling path principle states that each time cumulative output doubles from X to 2X, the average time required per unit falls, in this case, or reduces from what to what here, somebody? From T to RT. So I want to ask whether, especially the online students, have you been able to write up to here? The online students, because at times you have internet issues. Thank you so much. So, and I'm not asking whether you've understood. Just writing. Yeah. So then you'll be able to allow me to demonstrate this diagrammatically for you then to understand this. So when you have, in this case here, diagrammatically, we have average time, and then we have cumulative output, like that. Draw something like that. And then I would want you to draw two things here. Let's have here X, X, yeah, versus, let me just write this X here. So this is cumulative. Do you know why I'm writing 2X here? because of the concept doubling path. As output doubles from X to what? Yeah, somebody? To X. So remember, this is my LC. This is my LC. LC for what here? Somebody for learning curves. LC for learning curves. Let me know again once you finish drawing this ugly figure. Thank you so much. Done. Done. So as output doubles from X to 2X, average time reduces from T to RT. Very, very important. And I would want to explain this. What does this T stand for? What does this R stand for? Who could be knowing? What do you think does this R stand for? Learning rate. R is learning rate. I like Kevin. Kevin is using a very good tick there. Tick. That one, Kevin, you will be able to teach me how to do it. I'll be glad to know how to use that tick in Zoom. All right. So for me to be able to demonstrate what this simply means, for the new students, remember LC means what you're learning? Curves. Learning curves like that. So for me to be able to demonstrate this very well, let me do this through an example. An example. An example. So if you are given here X is 10, and then you are given R, or small capital R, 80%. Yeah. And then you are required, no, that's not the very best. Sorry for that. So X is 10. And then we have T, which in this case here is 8. T is 8. Yeah. Then you are required, ladies and gentlemen, to determine average time for producing 20 units. 20 units if R is 75%. Determine average time for producing 20 units if R is 75%. So they've given us X of what here? 10. T is average time for producing this 10. T is 8. Determine average time for producing 20 units if R is 75%. And I'm going to give out my first 500 this evening. If there's anybody who will be able to give me this answer, either online or physical. Because, you know, if they get an answer and I haven't yet taught them, then that is a genius of a student. Actually, it deserves more than 500. He deserves more than 500. He deserves. Or we pray, it's prayer time, 10 minutes, so she'll be able to come back at exactly, yeah. But Joanne, I recognize Joanne has gotten the correct answer, I think, 6. So Joanne, it's Joanne who got it first. No, you should have shouted, but it's Joanne who got it first. Is it Joanne who Goja. We test. So then we continue, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make a table. The very best thing here is to make a table. So what we shall do here, we shall make a table. So this table that we are making, ladies and gentlemen, here will look like this. So we have here cumulative output, or simply output. And then we have average what here? Average time. So then output here is 10. Average time is what here? 8. So see, double. When you double 10, you get how many? 20. So when we double output, what happens to average time? Do you want us to double it as well? No, it reduces from T to what here, somebody? To RT. So meaning that this time for 20 here will be the R, and the R is 0.75, isn't it? Times the T. T, which is what here, somebody? Are you able to see how that Lee General got the 6? So did he deserve the 500 bob? He deserved it, yes. He deserved it. Because as output doubles from X to what? 2x. From 10 to 20, you see when I double 10, I get 20. So then there is a relationship between doubling and average what year and average time. And average time. So I would want to pause for a minute and ask you guys whether you're comfortable, because again, the next example that I'm going to give you shall carry some token. Yes. Yes. The output, the only thing it's showing us is the double, 10 to 20. When it comes in this case here, us getting now the time for this one, always remember the concept of what here RT. RT. And then somebody may be wondering, why is this average time reducing and yet the output is doing what you increase? But you see, this is time per U. For these 10, I will be using each one of them 8. But now as I expand with my productivity, what is happening to average time? It's reducing here. To show experience. To show experience, yes. To show experience. Thank you. Now, before I give you, because I want to give you money, serious money, 1,000. At your age, at your level, 500 is nothing. I want to give you serious money. So, but before I give you that, you see, we normally use this learning. We normally use this doubling path principle. The doubling path principle, is used in calculations of learning rate. In calculations of what here, somebody? Learning rate. The doubling path principle is used in calculations of learning rate. In most of your exam questions, whenever they give us a question on learning curves, they shall not give you 75%. Never. Nowadays, they have taken this approach. They will simply come and they give you some numbers, and then they'll ask you to give them what here, somebody? They are. So before I give you some task and you get to earn 1,000, and this time round, I'll be able to close that 1,000 to a lady, because already a man has gotten, isn't it? It's good to be fair, right? Shall I close it for you guys who are with me here physically? Or we make it general, everybody? Physical, okay. Physical and ladies only, right? No, Abdi now is coming up with a very, very bad thing here that men should not try in that case. No, no, no. Then it shall be open. 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 Now, ladies and gentlemen, please listen. Listen here. You will be given data like this. You will be given data like this. They will come and give you here 6, 12. And then they'll be able to give you here, for example, 8 versus 6. And then you will be required to determine R. Please write this example, because you understanding it will give you 1,000 shillings this evening. Felicitas is saying, give it to online ladies. Mwalimu wacha mchezo. Give it to online ladies. So they'll give you determine R. So they'll give you 2 data points, and then they'll tell you, get R. Are you able to try to see what 75%? So even haikuwa ya pesa, but because umepata kwanza, I'll be able to give you something. I have a small right. So Naomi K, 75, isn't it? Do you know what those students have known? They have known that there is a relationship between this and this because of the doubling. So then this one will be T, and then this one here will be what here, somebody? RT, isn't it? And then now you pick it from here. You pick it from there. So this is what we are doing. We are picking it from here. And we are saying that our RT, we are saying here that our RT equals what here, somebody? 6. But do we know the value of T? Yes. We know that T 8. So R times 8 equals what here, somebody? 6. Therefore, R will be 6 divided by what here, somebody? 8. Which then will end up giving us 0. What here, somebody? Which is what here, somebody? 75%. But now remember, this never had any reward. But one lady has impressed me here. I'll know what to give her. Yeah, it never had any reward. 75%. Sasa madhafu We are back. We are back. Mpaka Maria akafikiria kwamba ni yeye hana nini, hana video, akaamua kuweka yake on. Very good. Great, great, great. Sasa hii ndio hesabu ya mbesha. Ngoja kidogo. Please repeat. Sorry. Ni kama imehang Ngoja nione kidogo. Ngoja kidogo. Yeah, I repeat. Okay, sawa. Let me repeat. So remember, there is doubling here, right? There is doubling here. Then we have here average time. So you can see as output doubles, what happens to our time? It moves from T to RT. So then this will be T, and then this will be RT. So 6 equals RT. And then we pick it from there, the one that I've circled. So you're saying that RT equals who? Somebody there? 6. Do we know what the T value is? It is here, 8. So R times 8 equals 6. Therefore, R will be 6 out of, that is how we were able to get 0.75. So now the online guys, are you okay? The online guys, are we okay now? The online guys, are we okay? The online guys, are we okay now? Great. It is not me, it is another Maria. No problem. Don't take life that seriously. Yeah. So now this is 1,000 shillings. And don't blame me. And this opportunity is open for everyone. Is open to everyone. Yeah, is open to everyone. So long as you shout your answer, the first one, you'll get 1,000 bob. Are we ready? Are we ready? Thank you. The easiest, but I don't think whether they are ready. I don't think whether they are ready. Lost the class. Okay. Maybe Munyoki, you should tell me, do you want me to repeat something? Do you want me to repeat something? I'll always repeat. All right. So then, ladies and gentlemen, we have here 10, 8, 2, 8, like that. Required, give me R. The moment you give me R as the very first one correctly, then straight away, I lost you completely. Oh, I lost you completely. What happened? What happened? Maybe I need to. 0.8. Thank you so much. I've won the 1,000 bob. Do you know why? I'm the winner. You know, there is no double here. There's no double there. So you can't use your approach. So nobody gets the money. I save it. I save it. I've won. Because you need to have established the doubling path principle, isn't it? Give us the doubling path because it's not here. So this is what you should have done. Sorry for that. I'm really, really sorry. I'm really, really sorry. I'm really, really, really sorry. I'm really sorry. So solution, we don't have doubling. So we have to do our doubling ourselves here. So we have X, we have average time. Average time. So then if you're doubling, 2 times 2, 4. And then now 4 times 2, 8. Because I have to come up with the doubles. That is how you have lost money. That is how you have lost money. Really? 2, 4, 8, right? And then the time for 2, we know it is what here, somebody? 10. Then the time for 8, we know is what here, somebody? 8. And then now you come and do your abracadabra. Now that we have doubles, then now we can always start here with what? T. And then the second one becomes what here, somebody? RT. And then the third one becomes what here, somebody? Is it R squared T or RT squared? Wongo. You see, keep on introducing R. So it becomes what here, somebody? R squared T, like that. It becomes R squared T. And now this being is the last one. Now you should be able to use this to get the value of what here? R. Ah, hii ishaisha, 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 ishaisha. Mlikosa, 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 mlikosa. Nyote mlikosa, nyote mlikosa. Yeah, so everybody is blaming Maria. Maria amepata shida kweli. Huyu Maria anafaa toi pesa eh? Wacheni excuse bana. What is the value of RT? It has got nothing. It is really a bridge. Nyakeri, this is a bridge to enable us get to this. Because you see, when you are doubling the path from 2, 2 times 2 gives me 4. 4 times 2 gives me what here? 8. And then the first one becomes T, double goes to RT, and then you introduce another R to get this one here now. It becomes R squared what here? R squared T. You don't calculate RT, don't calculate it. Very good. Very, very good. Very, very good. I hope, Maria, you are seeing that message. I hope, Maria, you are seeing that message. So you see, when we pick it from here, it is 8 equals R squared T, isn't it? But do we know the value of T? It is 10, isn't it? So 8 will be R squared times 10. So then divide by 10 both sides, isn't it? Divide by 10 both sides, like that. Then I will be able to get R squared equals 0.8, isn't it? Because you see this 10 and this 10 will cancel out, giving me R squared equals 0.8, meaning that R equals square root of what here? 0.8. R equals 0.8. R equals 0.8. R equals 0.8. So HP is saying there that that was a very beautiful face there, mwalimu. Sijui kama ako single, we mingle. So I can't answer that, but that will be a tragedy. That will be a tragedy because how do you marry an accountant? These are boring people. An accountant, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. Other people can marry us, isn't it? Yeah. Like me, I'm married to a veterinary officer. Yeah. Nikiongea debit, anasikia ni vitu tofauti, isn't it? Lakini sasa mkienda mnasema balance sheet, tunakataa hiyo. So bado wengine anasema mwalimu repeat. We repeat. So you see where we started from? We started by saying, if you are given here X and what here average, if you're given X and average time, this is what we did. We said, if you have here 10 and 12, and then you have 8 and what here, somebody? 6. Then remember from our concept, as X doubles, what happens to our average time? It reduces from T to what here, somebody? Provided the double exists. 10 times 2 is 20. And then now come and get a solution from this last. So you say RT equals what here? 6. Do you know the value of T? It is 8. So it will be R times 8 equals 6. Therefore, R will be 6 divided by what here? 8. So 6 divided by 8 will end up giving us what here? Yeah, 75%. This is what you lost when Maria came on the screen. On the screen. Yeah. That's what you lost when Maria came on the screen. So now I hope all of us are together, and because you got confused somewhere, allow me to bring up another kind of a question here. What about this one? So this is illustration number 3, right? Illustration 3. Illustration 3. So here we are given X, we are given average time. So you're given for 128. And then this is 10, and this is 6. So, and then you are required to give us R. I'll give you, now that you never won the 1,000, I think you guys will have 500. 500 is what we should be able to give, because now this is what is lucky for you, lucky number, 500. 500 is the lucky number. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. Imagine me, I can just see the answer direct. Una kama sasa John Bosco anasema 60, that is very so wrong. Kuna concept hujakamata bado ukisema 60. You're also getting 60. Nyakiri anapata bado 0.6 na hakuna double. Quinta hapa lazima ufanye double mingi. Hapa kuna doubling. Without doubling, imagine huwezi ukapata. Thank you Rina Mwanyika. No double here. There is no double. You must look for the we must look for the double. We must look for the double. Actually, this ninja is getting 60%. You should pinch yourself so seriously. Ukiwa tu home, uchukue tu masikio namna hiyo, uchune mara moja. Ama kama uko na kijana yako firstborn, for once umwalao akuchune. 91 point. The doubling is not doubling. Very good. Yes, Maggie. The doubling here is not doubling. Joseph is getting 90. Douglas G is getting 77.45. 98. This lady also got 88. Now everybody's getting different figures. Oh, bora wasikate masikio no, ni ile ya kuchuna ya upendo tu. Kijana wako hawezi kuchuna kukumaliza. Yaani ndio usikawai sahau. Double 32 times, okay. Let's see. Thanks, Nyakeri. Now you're coming up. It seems this 90.28 is correct. You got 90.28. 90.28. It seems this 90.28 is very, very correct. Pius Nyanga is coming up with a figure that one of the gentlemen in my physical class got as 88. But I think you can even see Ivaya, you can see Robert Langat, you can see Joseph, you can see Christopher. All these guys are settling down to 90 point. Are you getting also 90.28? Is so long as you're not getting zero. Okay, but I do zero. But so long. Johan Mugo. And Johan Mugo, did I give you your money? Johan Mugo, did I give you your money? I don't want to go with your money. No. So please give me your number. I just finished. How much was it, Johan? How much was it, Johan? I can't remember even what I promised, but I can remember I promised you something, 500. Please, everybody shall be able to get. So, Johan, get eka namba yako hapa haraka haraka. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Mimi nilikwambia wewe, so long as class yangu unaongea utapata pesa mingi kushinda ile fees umelipa. Yeah. Kama saa brother angekuwa very serious leo, ungekuwa ushafikisha 3000. Ungekuwa very serious, lakini leo wewe si serious sana. But pia siku haziwezi kuwa the same, isn't it? Haziwezi kuwa the same. That's life. Siku haziwezi kuwa the same. Na hii pesa by the way nafaa nianze ku withhold Sasa mtanipatianga pin number. Nafaa nianze ku withhold eh? Umengoja answer. Ulisema, lakini ulisema 98 na sasa si 98. Ulisema 98 wewe. My daughters awadanganyi wewe. 91. 91 ni uongo. Ni uongo. Sasa wacha mimi nifanye peke yangu, isn't it? Kwanza Nyakeri, wacha si tutengeneze double kwanza. Tufanye double kwanza. So 4 double gives me 8. 8 doubles gives me 16, 32, 64 and then 1 28, isn't it? Alafu sasa tuende kwa average time. Tengeneza maneno kwa average time. Tutengeneza maneno kwa average time. So average time maneno tunatengeneza ni hapa tu, hata si kitu ngumu. Mimi nashinda mbona mnapata answers tofauti. Hii ni ya 10, alafu ya mwisho kabisa ni ngapi somebody? 6. Hata hakuna kitu hapa, hata hakuna kitu ngumu. Kuna kitu ngumu hapa. Hakuna kitu ngumu hapa. So unakuja hapa right away, ladies and gentlemen, we have this one here will be what here somebody now that the doubles are there. T. The second one will be RT. Cubed T, isn't it? R raised to power 4T. This becomes R raised to power 5T. and then you pick it from this. Isn't it? Where did you go wrong? R4, eh? They used R4. They used R4. They used R4. So then come here. So we have R5T equals 6. Do we know the value of T? T, we know it, it is 10. So R raised to power 5 equals, no, 10 times 10, T, isn't it? Equals 6. So divide both sides by 10, itakuwa R raised to power 5 equals 6 over 10. Itakuwa R raised to power 5 equals point what here? Sasa hapa utapata kaninja, kanakwambia mwalimu divide by 5 both sides, amemaliza maneno. Divide by, we get fifth root, isn't it? Fifth root of 0.5. So R will be equal to the fifth root of 0.6, sorry. Fifth root of 0.6. Now you can see it's not 91. It is not 91. You can see it is 90. Pius anasema alipata. Ulipata saa ngapi Pius? Ukupata. So, lakini nataka mnifanyie favor mwanzo nyote. In your calculators there, are you able to see something written x root? X root. So which color is it? Is it yellow or something? X root. Yellow, eh? So meaning for us to access it, we must use shift. So kuja useme hapa 0.5, alafu useme shift. Ndio uende kwa hiyo x root mahali iko. Because it's yellow in color, wherever you're seeing it is a second function, I have to press first 0.5, niseme shift, ndio nifinye hiyo. Nikifinya hiyo sasa inaweka hapa 0.6 ndani, nasema equals. So ukisema equals, what are we able to get, all of us? Pamela was on the right track. So in this case here, number one is 0.9028, eh? Which is the same as 90.28 what year? Percent. 29%, isn't it? 29%. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Joanna, at least umepata. All the best. 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 Another student has told me something very nice. These are great students. They're telling me, Mwalimu, at times, some students can't get to see the X root. You know, ladies and gentlemen, this is the same as saying 0.6 raised to what here, somebody? Most of them are wangali. Most of them are wangali. Ikiwa fifth root, ni sawa na 0.6 raised to power 1 over 5. Hebu angalia approach. Hii approach ni mzuri. So ukuje useme hapa 0.6 in your calculator, useme raised to, ufungue bracket. Alafu useme 1 divided by what here, somebody? Ufunge bracket, you'll be able to get this number. Ganyo? We're getting a different answer. Haiwezi kuwa different. Hakuna, haiwezi kuwa different. Make sure make a bracket. Ukiwacha, you know this power is the one that is what here, somebody? This power is the one that is compact. And so you're putting your power in brackets. You can as well put one in this in brackets, but the power must be in the power must be in bracket as per body mass. Itakuwa the same. The power must be in brackets. So meaning, ladies and gentlemen, please listen and listen to me very well. If I come here and say 90, yeah, 8th root of 90. Ebu sema kwa kileta kuniambia ni ngapi? What is 8th root of 90? Haiko kwa ile part of the question. I just want everybody to get this right. 8th root of 90, 1.755. Will this be the same as 90 raised to 1 over what? 90 raised to what here, somebody? 90 raised to power 1 over 8, isn't it? And the 1 over 8 must be put in bra. Ebu jaribu niambie itakuwa the same. 90 raised. Itakuwa the same, isn't it? Itakuwa the same. I hope you guys have been able to learn something there ambao sasa mtatumia nyumbani baadaye mkifanya revision. So your homework for this entire thing is December 2022. December 2022. Question number 3B. December 2022. Question number 3 what year? Question number 3. Boy, mtafanya homework kweli ama mtafanya? Mtafanya because mkifanya kuna reward. Mkifanya kuna reward. Hebu confirm kwamba yuko kwa past paper, msiniambie baadaye kwamba mwalimu hayuko kwa past paper. Confirm kwamba yuko kwa past paper, ndio msiniambie mwalimu baadaye ati haiko kwa past paper. Na kama yuko kwa past paper, please itume kwa group yetu Ni kama hakuna Mmeona Yes, maono limited, yes. So sasa umeweka kwa to do list. Tutaifanya lini? Great. Tukimaliza tu class Ya mimi napenda vitu nafanya leo because ukitoka hapo unasema unaenda kufanya nyumbani. Unasema hapo ukiwa hata kwa gari unasema nikifika home nitasoma. Fika nyumbani kama ni mzee unapata mama anakupa ugali moto na lala. Kidogo unasema utaamuka asubuhi hadi sijui saa 10 kusoma. Ala mikilio na nyonga tu, isn't it? All right. Now, with your permission, ladies and gentlemen, we should be able to go straight away to topic number 3, planning and decision-making techniques. Planning and decision-making techniques. So planning and decision-making techniques. That is topic number what here? Number 3. Just a minute. I get my notes here. 1 minute. Now, decision-making techniques are not new. Do you remember anything to do with Max Mini from your QA, or you did those things long time ago? So tell us there that short-term planning, introduction, short-term planning, and the decision-making, and decision-making, and decision-making, and decision-making involves selecting, involves selecting, yeah, the best course of action, the best course of action, the best course of action, the best course of action among alternatives, among alternatives, among alternatives, among alternatives, using, yeah, cost, volume, using cost volume and the profit information and the profit information and the profit information often under conditions often under conditions of risk often under conditions of risk or uncertainty full stop. So planning and decision-making techniques. So of course, you shall be looking at what we call short-term planning. And when you talk of short-term planning and decision-making, it involves selecting the best course of action among alternatives, basically using what we shall be calling payoff tables. You will remember, payoff tables. And then you can evidently see that I'm driving towards CVP. CVP is something you've done even in management accounting. So CVP, basically, we shall be looking at what we shall be calling break-even analysis. So we have here this planning concept is how do we break even and get into huge profitability. Decision-making, we shall be looking at those things of maxi, maxi-mini, mini-max, regret, etc. And we shall start right away by looking at a past paper question. Are they ready for a past paper question? Yeah. Past paper question, please. I hope they have their past papers. For a long time, ukiwa section 2, don't worry. That is why we are here. And you can see I'm not making any assumption regarding you knowing much about this. So we go straight away to August 2023, question number 3, boy. August 2023, question number 3, boy. August 2023. Can I rub this? Theory, question and answers, we start revising. Yes, Paul. That's a very good. Thank you so much. That's very good. That the students who would want to start revising today, which is very, very good. So we are looking at August 2023. August 2023, question number 3, boy, like that. August 2023, question number 3, boy. Once you get it right, you say why. Why for yes. Orek. Thank you so much. So Orek Limited is a small company selling takeaway chips in a metropolitan town. The company would like to make a decision on the number of sandwiches to sell at the forthcoming graduation ceremony at County University. The number of sandwiches sold will depend on 3 market conditions. We have poor, fair, or good condition. The table below details the net profit or loss that would be earned for each possible number of sandwiches sold. So you can see number of sandwiches sold, and then you can see our market conditions. So they want us to give them the number of sandwiches to sell to satisfy a maximini what year criterion. So first of all, ladies and gentlemen, we shall draw our payoff table the way it is. And then our lady Cecilia here has not gotten yet the question paper. Do we have a good Samaritan who can do exactly what she wants to do there? Someone to drop the question on the charts? Someone to drop the question on the charts? Now, this one has got serious money. Serious money. Serious money is how much? 2,000, Yeah, Cecilia, you can see there, Cecilia, somebody has been able to put that question there. Gadoni is saying, well, even 2K is nothing. Make it 5K. Make it 5K. All right. Thank you so much. All right. So then come here and give us what we call a payoff what here, somebody? Table. A payoff table. So then this payoff table, what do we have there? So we have there, or we have fair, and then we have what we call good. So these are the states of what here, somebody? States of who, somebody? Nature. Do you know what states of nature are? These are those things that are uncontrollable to us. They are things that can only be controlled by God. So for example, you can decide to plant maize, or beans. What you're going to plant is within your control. That one you can decide yourself. But you see now, states of nature, ladies and gentlemen, whether we shall have rain or no rain, hiyo ni act of God. Hiyo ni act of God. Hiyo uwezi ukaingilia. Not unless ni mchawi. Ukiwa mchawi unaweza ukasema let there be rain and rain is there. Hiyo ni mchawi aina gani? Si kwanza ajisaidia kuwa tajiri? Haiwezekani. Hiyo ni act of God. Those are natural states. Now, from there then we have what we call decision alternatives. Decision alternatives like that. And these decision alternatives basically are the number of sandwiches. Let me just call them number of sands. Which in this case here could be 1,000, could be 2,000, could be 3,000, could be 4,000, like that. All right. All right. So then I have my numbers, and these numbers, I would want to put them in shillings, thousands to make my work easier. Also, you guys cut those 3 zeros, so that the first one, instead of missing 100,000, I simply write what here? 100. Second one will be 300. The third one will be 300. The fourth one is 0, 600. In thousands, remember, 600. And then we have negative 100, 700. After 700, we have 900. After that, we have minus 300, 600. And then lastly, we have what there? For now, leave out the probabilities, Probabilities. But it will be very important for you to know that states of nature are normally probabilistic. The ones you're going to put here should be probabilistic. That is under the environment of risk. Under the environment of risk, they shall be probabilistic. Now, once you guys write everything like this, please, again, I don't want to leave anybody behind. Give me a signal. Like, yes. Then I continue. Now, in answering this question, I don't want to start with maximini. I want to start with maxi. So in this case here, first, let's make a maxi decision. Want to make a maxi decision. We start with that one. I don't have to follow those questions the way they are. We make a maxi decision. So this maxi, first of all, stands for what? Maximum of maximums, Yeah. It is maximum of maximums. Yeah, in full. This stands for maximum of what here, somebody? Maximums like that. Yeah. It is also known as best of what here, somebody? The best. It's also known as best of the best model. Best of the best model. Also known as best of the best model. It is used to advise risk takers. Because the examiner, like now, this was a very lenient examiner. Any examiner who gives you the model to use is so lenient, he loves you. They don't want, in this case here, CASNEB to build more CASNEB towers, right? They don't want that to happen. Because most of these tough examiners, they will simply tell you that the investor in question is a risk taker. So it's you to know that risk-taking investors, we advise them using maxi. So used to advise risk takers. And then remember that risk takers, they are basically optimistic investors. They always hope for the best. Optimistic investors. Optimistic investors. Optimistic investors. All right. So whenever you are told here to use maxi, always start with this part. So you come and create a column here and call it what here, somebody? Best. Because remember, this is somebody who is expecting the best in life, the best of everything they're doing. Like right now, they know that should they do advanced management accounting, there are two possibilities. It is either we pass or we do what here, somebody? Fail. But you see somebody who is optimistic will be waiting for what? Pass. You know, that's like a prayer. What you wait for is what will come, isn't it? And what you fear most comes your way, isn't it? Yeah, you should never fear these things. Yeah. Somebody's even putting it better. We are waiting for a pass or a pass because we are optimistic. So then this ninja knows that if he sells 1,000 sands, he could either get 100, depending on the state of nature, or 300, or what here somebody. To him, the sun always looks his way. He only expects the very best. So, ladies and gentlemen, in this case here, then the very best for this one here is what here? Somebody is 300. So you go choosing the very highest. You go choosing the very highest. But if you get a sadist of an examiner, he will tell you that these payoffs represent cost. If they were cost and you're told to pick the best, you take the low. So please be keen on that. Otherwise, you'll call me after exams at Dr. Aura, you know what, Chief Ninja, this exam was very good. Come, we take a drink here. Coke, isn't it? So, of course, I'll come, we take the Coke. But when the results come, then you wonder that you have been bewitched. It is you never understood questions very well, the concepts here very well. These are payoffs, these are profits. And if somebody is waiting for the very best, you'll always wait for the high. So if he goes for 2,000, this ninja will wait for how much? 600, isn't it? If he goes for this third alternative, he'll wait for 900. If he goes for this alternative, he'll wait for what here, somebody? 1,200. So we have the best, but we want, ladies and gentlemen, in this case here, yeah, you start casting makosa. So we want best of the best. So what is the best? Which one is the very best? 1,200 is the blue band, is the best of the best, B of B. Yes. Aja kuweka hii column. Ebu kidogo nione. The good, like you see here, or you are talking of those comparatives like good, best. Your best, you must write yes. You have to write it yes. A fair, here chini hii. So, okay. You see, ordinarily, in this case here, we expect that as the economy becomes very best, we expect these figures to be rising. But you see, we have seen the examiner can give you good and still gives you 600 and the year. So you work with what the examiner gives you. That's a good question because again, you have seen concept trying to confuse students. Whatever figure the examiner has given you, actually, most of these states even just be assuming it's A, B, and what here, somebody? C. Yeah, whatever is the highest is what you pick here. And then the very best now is what here, somebody? 1,200. And if 1,200 is the very best, then what are you advising this investor to supply how many sandwiches? So therefore, the investor, so the maximization is to supply 4,000, supply 4,000 sandwiches, supply 4,000 sandwiches like that. If it is maxi, what here, somebody? If it is maxi. This question was also there in December 2025. So night, and you have a very good name. You have a very good name. This is not a name to joke around with. If you do your work very well, and then you are knighted by the Queen, your name changes from Master to Sir, like Sir Alex Ferguson. Yeah, great. So Knight is asking that this question was there last semester. Shall it come again this semester? So then as a teacher, would you want me to just teach like, I should follow the syllabus. I should follow the syllabus. Sababu mimi naogopa. Kama kuna kitu mimi naogopa. I normally have the highest number of management accounting students. Yeah, when you combine all my classes of 1,000. So nikimwagika kama golikipa niluke pande ile. Sitamwanga wanafunzi wengi sana chini. So I would rather just cover the syllabus, and then of course towards the end of the semester, then I'll be doing what I call prediction. So the prediction I'll be able to give them in form of what you're moving. Like last semester, if you were with me, we did 4 MOOCs. That's why most of you really were able to pass, and if you failed, but so wacha nifunze kila kitu. Wacha nifunze kila kitu. Wacha nifunze kila kitu for now. For now. So then, if we have understood this, please help mwalimu to do a max mini desi. So write number 2 there, max mini decision. Max mini decision. Max mini decision. So this stands for maximum of what here, somebody? Minimums, yes. Maximum of minimums. Maximum of minimums. Max mini. And who is it used to advise? Risk averse. It is used to advise risk averse individuals. I like what some student is telling me there. Used to advise risk averse investors or individuals like that. So it's also known as what? Somebody we are able to follow. Best of who? Best of minimum. Best of worst. Thanks for trying. Best of what here, somebody? Worst. Best of worst. So then the most important, yeah, thank you so much, LN. Actually, LN is telling me, mwalimu, also tell them that this one is the same as what here, pessimist. It is used to advise what here, pessimistic individuals, pessimists. Or at times you'll get your examiner, when we go to your past papers, you'll get your examiner telling you that you know who? This person, Marion, investor, she is conservative. People are conservative. They don't like taking risks. They are pessimists. Yeah, they are pessimists. So in this particular class of mine, are you guys pessimists or are you optimists? Huh? So, and we can be able to tell, like myself, if I walk around with you, I'll be able to know that this individual is really a very fearing individual. Even how you cross the road, I'll be able to tell. Unapata kama jamaa, kwanza ni kama wanaume. Sasa, wanaenda hapa kama ni Mombasa Road. And please, this is inborn, it's innate. If you're like this, don't try another way utakufa. So, unapata yeye anakaa hapa, somebody anatoka from wherever anavuka barabara, msichana anakuja pia anavuka. Yeye amekaa, akijaribu kuenda hivi, what happens? Tena narudi nyuma namna. So huyu jamaa ni pessimistic. And remember, don't change your ways. This is how you were born, isn't it? If you change, hata kupata hapa siku nyingi, itakuwa international disaster. And the most important thing that we are saying, ladies and gentlemen, is that this model is known as best of who? The worst. And we normally begin, when we are advising these people, we normally begin with this second part. So you'll be able to come and create, because they are pessimists, you'll be able to come and create a column here and capture, in this case here, what here they were. Don't draw another table. We are simply using the same table. We are simply using the same table. We are simply using the same table. And I only have 10 minutes. Same table. So remember, this individual is pessimistic. Yani unajua kuna watu ambao tu ni Mungu aliwaumba. Unaona? Hata akipanda maragwe anajua zitakauka zote. Ile ni maombi mbaya. Unaona? Hiyo ni maombi mbaya. Inafaa always unangojea the very best. Always. There are people like that. There are people like that. Yani mtu kimwambia tufanye namna hii anakuambia tu biashara yako haitawaka. Haitawaka. Kama mimi babangu alikuwa ananiambia kila saa tafuta kazi. Kila saa. Nikamuuliza kwani teaching sio kazi? Anasema hiyo sio kazi. We shall overcome. So then come here back here. For these three, if somebody is pessimistic, atangojea fika gani? Because sasa things don't work. Yeye anasema mimi hata Mungu anipendi. Hata kazi sitawaipata. Yaani unajikash tu. Unajikash. So anangojea the very lowest. Kwa hiyo pili akienda kwa hiyo pili atangojea gani somebody? Zero. Aha, akienda kwa hiyo tatu atangojea gani? Yaani yeye kwake life haimpendi. Lakini negative, isn't it? Anangojea hata losses tu, anasema mimi maisha kwangu ni mbaya. Ehe. Hana wale watu kila kitu kidogo kidogo namna hii wanakuwa wakisema tu kasongo na hakuna kasongo, iko watu wako na pesa. Mimi nilienda kusema mahali hivi ati hakuna pesa Kenya, nikamwambia mzee, hii magorofa yanajengwa yote na anajenga, sio ni pesa inajenga. Mzee sema wewe una pesa, watu wako na pesa, isn't it? So akija for this one year anangojea gani? Somebody negative 300. So then which one will you advise him now to go for? Which one do we advise him to go for? Yeah, remember now it will be the best of the worst. Sema huni hata kama ni pessimistic, hauwezi taka umuue kabisa. Umwambie ati worst of the worst. Umpatie worst of the worst. Haiwezekani. Inakuwa best of what ya somebody? Best of the worst. Because this is it. Inaitwa best of worst. So then amongst all this, which one is the best of the worst? Is this 100. So then what are we telling this particular lady here to go for? To supply one because when you mwoga we supply like kidogo kabisa. Supply one. So the maxi mini decision is to supply what here somebody? Is to supply 100. You supply 100. You supply 100. So up to there, ladies and gentlemen, are we together? Where did I get 100 from? Even me, I think I'm tired from 6 in the morning standing here, same room. We shall overcome. So supply what here somebody? Supply 1,000. Supply 1,000. So please ensure, ladies and gentlemen, that you are able to repeat the questions that we do here in class. Always. Mimi siwezi wadanganya. Uzuri, most of you mlikuwa wanafunzi wangu wa MA last semester, ile ya intermediate level. Si mulipita wale wanafunzi wa MA. Mimi siwezi wadanganya. Chukua hizi maswali ambayo tunafanya kama tumefanya leo, repeat, and if there is any homework you make sure you do it. You will come to thank me. Otherwise, much love from this CPA Chief Ninja. See you when? On Saturday at what time? 12 for lunch for the physical students, isn't it? Physical students. Last semester, the online students, I bought you lunch at Sarova Stanley. Do you remember that, Maggie Shiro? Last semester, online students, I bought them lunch at Sarova Stanley. Yeah, at least we ate. Oh, Nyakeri, you were there. Great. Now this time around, this week, it will be for the physical students. But again, the online students, like the ones that I had last semester for AMA, they said, mwalimu, bara kwenda Sarova kula lunch ya 4,000. Tupeleke, inaitwa namna gani? Ranalo wakule fish kabisa, na mwingine akakunywa sijui kingfisher, kitu kama hiyo. Lakini sasa hataki moja, si tuende Sarova, isn't it? We shall overcome. Oh, we mixed the AFM and the AMA last semester. Yeah. But this semester we are only taking, first of all, the AMA students, isn't it? AMA students. So then this week will be for the physical students. Next week will be for which students? Online. So the online will be able to, we will be able to agree on a middle ground. We could either do Naivasha, right? You know, online students are spread all over, isn't it? 2 hours. No. Yes. Okay, let them come. Let them come. Let them come. So in this case here, then we shall be able to organize. Remember, I've been able to take you guys to Mombasa. Yeah, there is a group we went with. That group was so daring. They told me, mwalimu, Masai Mara. But Masai Mara and those outside trips, we normally do for the students who pass. If you fail, don't ask me for a trip.